What's up, everybody? This is Papa J, and this is
Tournament time!
Woohoo! This is a new series of videos. Hello, videos, audios that are going to be coming to you in the future. Shut the fuck up, Tom. It's going to be a bunch of tournaments, things against each other, as tournaments are. We're going to be going with movies today. The archetype here was stoner raunchy films. We're going to take a look at what are our favorites and who is the king. Yeet. Here,
Woo.
I have people. People, say names.
What up, Nick Nubz in the house?
I am Nick Nubz imposter.
That's sus. Who are you?
Anthony.
Yay, Anthony.
Hey, what's up? I'm Tom.
Tom's from Peach Creek.
Our first contestant.
Anyways, we're gonna jump right into this. So to be on this list, you had to be loved for stoner comedy, stoner humor, the raunchy side of things as well. A little bit of sexual innuendos and innuendos, a lot of things going on.
Big vulgarity.
So we've all put some names into the hats, and here's what we start out with. We have Idiocracy versus American Pie.
Twiddle the stash.
Yes, we have Idiocracy, satire on what the future was going to become and is, and we have American Pie, where a gentleman fucks a pie.
Spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers, obviously.
Spoilers for the one thing I know about that movie.
If thou art listening, thou shalt be prepared for spoilers.
Oh yeah, no, I don't.
Yo, Han Solo dies.
Eventually.
Bing bong evaporates, bro.
Good.
Oh Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So I'll dive on in here. I'm gonna go ahead and say Idiocracy. So
Out of which toss, or you like Idiocracy more?
I'm picking.
Are we
Idiocracy
already
to
picking?
go. Yeah. What the fuck?
I thought you were going to say the whole list first.
Why would I say the whole list first?
Aren't
You want me to list 32 things, you dumb bitch?
If I could throw in my 2 cents, please don't do that.
all right.
Yeah.
I thought we were going through every matchup. Like, just as an overload for the listener.
No, hold on. He's on something for every matchup. List all 32 movies, and then we just talk about whatever movie we remembered.
Are you kidding me?
I didn't think the bracket was going to be secret information until they got to it. I thought you were going to, list all 32 up top.
So does anyone
No,
else
for
have
the
an
top
opinion?
on what?
For the listener of the show.
So does anyone else have an opinion on the movies?
Yeah, cool. So the two that I listed, Tom, which one do you like more?
Having seen neither somehow, I'm going to vote for American Pie.
What? You've never seen American Pie? You have not seen American Pie?
I know. Shocking.
I'm pretty sure that one of the characters in American Pie is based off your existence.
I mean, I'm not going to say I don't go back to the past, time machine, but no, I'm going to vote American Pie.
You've never seen Idiocracy, though.
Maybe a part of it, I don't know.
So
Okay.
there's one vote American Pie, one vote Idiocracy. Antoine.
So I haven't seen Idiocracy, but I don't really like American Pie all that much. So I feel like I have an opinion on one movie, and it's a negative opinion. So
what I'm hearing is that you're really close to picking Idiocracy.
I'm going to go with Idiocracy because it's the movie I haven't seen, so it's already beating American Pie.
Fair enough.
I've seen
I mean-
both these movies. And American Pie is like a classic that has stood the test of time. It's kind of like a go-to for a lot of people, but it does have qualities about it that have not aged too well, which do kind of put it in a negative light. Whereas Idiocracy, I think, was ahead of its time and had more of it got me more on the jokes, and also it made a pretty damn good point as to the dumb fucking more than the smart. So my vote goes Idiocracy on that one.
That's a 3-piece.
No, that's fair enough.
Idiocracy.
I've seen neither, so I have no skin in this game. Who didn't the South Park guys make Idiocracy?
That would be
No.
amazing, but no.
No, it was Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, Beavis and Butthead.
Oh, okay, Mike Judge, because
Yeah.
the South Park guys made Basketball, which that slams.
and
And slam dunks.
Come on and slam.
Oh my god, I get to move something down the list. You know how long I've been staring not this list because I've kept it a secret on what the pairings are. But dreaming about moving one name down. Oh my
American
god.
Pie was one of those movies that it had to make this list because of its place in pop culture, but I don't think that place in pop culture makes it any funnier.
That's valid. I mean, I only know. I mean, obviously, like the gist they fuck the pie is common knowledge, but like my first introduction to it outside of it was when they mentioned it in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, and I'm like, okay, guy fucks a pie. I've learned all I need to know from someone else's research.
All right, so moving on, we're looking at one of my favorites, and that is How High versus one of my least favorite movies in existence, Grandma's Boy.
Never saw Grandma's Boy. How High is phenomenal.
How have you not seen Grandma's Boy? I would think you saw Grandma's Boy and then boom, built yourself from seeing that movie. I'm shocked that you've never seen that fucking movie.
You've already used it was based on me and I'm based on them. You've already used your two zingers in the first two movies. First two
I have
brackets.
so many more. This doesn't end it too.
Good.
No, but no, really, if you saw this movie, you would know. You would
I don't know,
understand.
man. How High was fucking phenomenal. So
It's a good one. That's a tough one.
Method Man, Red Man, White Man, everywhere.
a cannon.
A cannon, a bong. That is a cannon. Like, come on. They smoked his dead homie. He got smoked in real life and in the afterlife. What?
I'm a rapper. I have to go how high. So that's just the way it is.
What about How High 2?
So, oh god, with Lil Yachty, that's barnacle garbage.
Or like how stupid.
So Anthony, you know, it's already like 3 for How High.
I don't have a super strong opinion on either of these movies.
Okay, now I'm going to force you to pick.
I'll go with so I haven't seen How High. I've seen Grandma's Boy. I've seen Grandma's Boy, and it's one of those movies. It's like it's not particularly good, but I guess if you're in the right mood, I could see how you could enjoy it. But I don't have that strong of an opinion on it that I'm going to actively fight for it.
Okay, and you won't fight against it like American Pie Dad.
Nope.
Good.
Oh.
Good. Cool. So 3-0. How High gets to go forward. This is
Hell
fun. Yeah. This is fun. All right.
You know what I say to that? Yeah. By Usher.
All right. Thank you, copyright infringement.
Yeah, somehow you get sued for that.
That sounded just like Lil Jon, guys. Didn't you hear?
Your Honor, play the tape.
A guy in a suit like comes up the stairs, like deletes the recording off Jordan's phone, and then goes right back down the stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, playing that song on his fucking like iPhone or something.
It's an iPod Nano.
I was thinking something crazy like a Zune.
Oh my god.
Zune! A Halo 3 Zune!
Hey. Oh my lord.
What a specific.
That's
you
a
had
great
that
emo
one,
record.
for sure. You had it for sure. There's no way
loved
you
it.
just pulled that out of your cheeks.
Okay, so speaking of pulling out the cheeks, back to our list on raunchy videos. So we have classic movie Dazed and Confused with another different type of classic, Super Troopers.
Ah, fuck. Okay. That's a tough one on me. Dazed and Confused I saw for the first time recently, and that's like a really well put together film, but I'd rather watch Super Troopers. Super Troopers is just... I would rather watch that because I like the comedy of that just a bit more than I like the realism of Dazed and Confused. Super Troopers wins it for me with no regret.
Okay, that's one on Super Troopy.
Nonsense. Dazed and Confused. Easy.
Okay, all right.
Do I even need to expand on why?
No,
Yes.
because I
Yes.
agree with him though. Like I know what he means, and I agree. It's a better made film, but I'd rather watch Super
So
Troopers.
the thing about this tournament, as you'll understand, it's if 2 movies were on the table and you wanted to pick, I'm gonna watch this one. Tom's choosing over Dazed and Confused, Super Troopers. 1 point to Super Troopers. Antoine, you picked Dazed and Confused, and why is that?
Because Dazed and Confused is
Good.
it's just the better film. Like I mean, Super Troopers is fun, sure, but Dazed and Confused is just such a better constructed, better made.
No, I agree.
written, acted. everything that you would use to gauge a movie, one clearly does all of it better than the other.
I absolutely agree, but it's the case of like a favorite versus a best album of an artist, where your favorite's not always their best. I will absolutely agree with everything you just said, but you put the two in front of me. 9 times out of 10, Super Troopers, just because you can watch that and kind of disengage. Just that opening scene, like right now, is why I'm taking the stand on Super Troopers.
Nick Nubz.
All right, well, considering that I'm pretty unfamiliar with both of these, believe it or not.
Wow.
Oh, shame.
Yeah, okay. You're gonna poor shame me. I'm gonna go just off of like just general what I've seen so far of each. I want to say from memory, Super Troopers was more of a scattered film, wasn't so much of a plot, if I'm not mistaken, whereas Dazed and Confused has somewhat of a line of plot, and it also...
There's like 15 plot lines.
Okay, they all converge.
I'm going to say Dazed and Confused on that, then.
Victory della Dazed and Confused.
You know,
as it should be,
More like
and you
Stupid
acknowledge
Troopers.
it.
Oh, yeah, I acknowledge, but the whole premise of this is which one I'd pick. Super Troopers.
Super Troopers is gone.
All
Here's
right,
the fun
people.
thing. Looking at this bracket, everything that's been on a top bar has won.
Interesting.
Top. Always on top.
I think Dazed and Confused is going to go pretty far into this bracket.
Probably.
Dude, it's a really good movie.
Oh, no, I agree. I literally agree with everything you just said.
I'm going to rewatch it just so I can...
But that's it's always that thing. Like, favorite versus best isn't always true.
It also has
That was
the
Frank.
all-time...
And it's also...
Damn you. The
Sorry.
all-time best pool hall ever.
Mm-hmm.
I was just going to say, it's a starting point for a lot of actors' careers in that film.
Baby Affleck.
How about Baby McConaughey?
Oh god, unable to form facial hair McConaughey.
Mila Jovovich is also in that movie.
That's true.
And it's also... It's very much set the groundwork for Richard Linklater's career, which his movies would grow more complex and fascinating as they progressed, and that's a great starting point for sort of how his style was going to grow from, that point on.
Definitely agree. I learned a dumb fact about that movie recently. It was cast by the same guy who cast Mallrats with Kevin Smith, and he was so anti-Affleck. There's going to be so much swearing in your movie. He adds more than is necessary. You can't cast Affleck in anything. And Kevin's like, no, he's the guy from Fashionable Male.
Lol.
I know so much about Mallrats.
Interesting. Well, let's see how much you know about Dude, Where's My Car? Classic Stoner flick. And Half Baked featuring Mr. Dave Chappelle.
This is one of those things where it's like, for me, Half Baked is the easy answer, just because I fucking love Dave Chappelle and everything he's really ever done. Whereas,
So,
Dude,
is
Where's
that
My
already
Car?
a vote?
That's already a vote. Yeah.
Okay, that's already a vote.
What were you going to say about Dude, Where's My Car?
Dude, Where's My Car is a great stoner film in the sense that if you're high, you don't see the plot coming, because there isn't a plot. They just went fucking crazy, and it's also hyper-sexualized. Like, if you watch that now, there's a lot of moments that are just like, very cringe-worthy sex jokes. Didn't age very well. Also, the whole idea of stoners are so stupid, it's like The Hangover, also is a little weird. Like, it's basically the same idea as The Hangover, but done shittier, in my opinion.
I don't think I've ever had a hangover from smoking.
Yeah, until you lose your fucking car.
Lose my memory and car?
That's kind of the point, though. They wanted to be outrageous in the movie, and that's cool. Whereas Dazed and Confused, I know, because of Dave Chappelle's involvement, is
Half-Baked.
Half-Baked, sorry.
Oh my god, imagine
Speaking of being half fucking
I was going to
baked.
say, you're like 3/4 baked.
Hey, I'm so half-baked that I'm Dazed and Confused. You know, it is what it is.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
I'm loving it.
That, what? Alright, just turn it off. If you're watching it, it doesn't get better for me, I promise. Not good.
So, that's a vote for Half-Baked.
Yeah.
Anthony?
So, I haven't seen Half Baked. It's been a long time since I've seen Dude, Where's My Car? But Nick actually made a great case against that movie. He makes it sound like some shit that you don't want to watch. like he made it sound awful.
I own it on DVD.
So I'm going to have to go with Half Baked on that one.
I'm probably going to also go with Half Baked. I I only saw Half Baked recently for the first time, and I didn't love it, but I only saw Dude, Where's My Car when I was a kid. It's actually one of my earliest memories of knowing a movie existed because I saw my mom watching it. Like, I was like, I walked out of my room like past my bedtime or something. I was like, what's that on TV? And it was like, Dude, Where's My Car? But not knowing anything about it other than just knowing it exists and seeing it briefly as a child, you kind of sold me on, at least for now, going with Half Baked. I wouldn't pick it against a lot of other movies, but I would pick it in this case.
All right, so we're 3 times baked. All
Yeah,
right,
exactly.
cool.
That's
So
my favorite kind of bean.
so my vote, as it doesn't matter, is Half Baked, of course. I loved it. I love Dave Chappelle just being Dave Chappelle once again. There was just a lot of fun characters. Like, first of all, Dave Chappelle doing another character. Samson, the big overlord in the wheelchair who just stands up. Surprise! Bitches! Mr. Nice Guy.
Bro.
I just want to throw one thing out there just because I didn't mean to just tank the review. It's not the greatest movie in the world, absolutely. But Dude, Where's My Car? If you want to watch something goofy that is going to make you laugh when you're high, then yeah, it's a good film. But like, versus Half Baked, no. You're going to laugh harder with Dave Chappelle and the wacky antics and all that shit.
Because fuck him.
Because Dave Chappelle is a comedic genius, and if you disagree, then I guess you're entitled to that opinion. But the guy's made a hell of a case for himself as far as being, leaving a legacy. Comedy has almost been redefined as far as sketch comedy because of that man.
So our next round is fucking rough.
Okay.
We're coming up to Waiting. All right, versus Clerks.
Clerks.
Okay.
Having never seen Waiting, but wearing a Kevin Smith shirt, Clerks. It has influenced my life just in so many ways, just by him and then what he's done since because of it.
Gotcha.
Okay, so I understand what you say, and we share a big mutual love for Kevin Smith. That being said, if I had Waiting and Clerks on a table, I'm gonna watch Waiting. And the reason being, which is monumental for me, is that I have a more fun time watching Waiting than I do watching Clerks. Because for me, because I love all of those movies, Clerks falls as one of the weaker ones. It just doesn't flow as well as his later work, and I love that Smith man.
No, I feel you on that. Like, if this were just like, if this weren't for, sorry, I thought you had more. Okay. Like, yeah, I haven't seen Waiting, and so, like, if you put the two in front of me, maybe on a whim, I'd be like, oh yeah, I'll watch something new, but if I actually had to pick which one I would just, go for, it's Clerks. Just because it's what I know, means a lot, it's a beautiful movie, like, more so than a lot of the ones we've talked about so far, it's like, I think, more of a proper film. So yeah, that's my feet's in the sand.
And I appreciate you. So that's 1-1 there, guys. Say your piece, Nick Nubz.
I'm not super familiar with Clerks, but I am very familiar with Waiting. Yeah, I know.
Wow.
Not super familiar with it. I've only seen little clips. I've never seen the whole thing, its entirety. But I really like Waiting. I've always really liked Waiting, and the reason why is because I guess I've been a server, so I know kind of the behind the scenes of restaurants, and that movie explores that in a very realistic way, plus a very funny way. Certain lines in that movie carry. I'm sure Clerks has like a similar.
It's like surprisingly star-studded.
Yeah, it has a lot.
Like
of
Dan Cook is in there, which is not at all a star anymore.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds. All those.
Justin Horn, I believe.
Andy Milonakis as a child.
Yes, I mean, yeah, I guess I'm biased because I'm basically in Tom's situation, but the opposite where I never really saw Clerks, but I really like Waiting, so I'm going Waiting.
2-1, Anthony. What are we doing?
So I also haven't seen Waiting in full. I've seen bits and pieces of it. And there is just absolutely no universe where you could convince me that that's a more worthwhile film than Clerks. You are all on something. The stuff that you showed me from Waiting definitely made me gag about 4 times as often 4 times more often than it made me laugh.
It was a biatch moment.
On top of that, I completely disagree that Clerks is one of Kevin Smith's weaker movies. It's easily
In
his
top
most
2 or 3.
restrained, potentially his most artful. I think a lot of his best ideas are in that film. I think how low budget and how shoestring it is adds a lot of charm to that movie. I think there is, as Kevin Smith progressed, a lot of his films had a tendency to sort of reach too high and miss the mark a little bit, or become over. Like Chasing Amy is really bad with this. Chasing Amy could be such an overwritten film at points where
I have a rough time with Chasing Amy.
The dialogue is so wordy. Clerks just doesn't have that problem to me. It's written the way that Kevin Smith writes it. I feel like it's just wordy enough that you understand that all of these characters are smarter than what they're amounting to, but it never gets so wordy that you're just getting caught in this mess of dialogue where the characters are using these giant words and it's all leading to nowhere. Clerks, it has a point to be made, and I don't even know how intentional that point was, but it's just Kevin Smith managed to, with that film, catch such a specific mindset and such a specific feeling in just the way the characters are, the way they interact, the points that they're at in their lives.
That was fucking beautiful. It's a great buffet of what he was gonna do, lean more into at each point in the future. So I feel that shit.
And also black and white, such a good choice. Such
Thank
a
you.
great choice for that film.
Necessity.
Just want to throw this out there. Seen Waiting a lot, doesn't do any of that. If I could change a vote, I'll switch to Clerks.
Yo.
And you're stuck.
What?
Alright, I guess it looks like I'm waiting to see what happens. Because,
That's voter suppression, and we were just we were told at length recently that that's
I
not
asked
good.
first if it was a vote. I asked first if there are votes here, man. And you said your vote. What was your vote, man?
But it was also, like I said, inherently biased because I hadn't seen Clerks. But hearing about the depth of the movie, it deserves to go further on the list than Waiting. Saying that, loving Waiting. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, listen, if you want to be, more totalitarian about this and take my vote and flush it down the fucking tubes, then you do that.
I'll be a full red-blooded American and flush your vote down the drain.
If you're going all USA, I show up to the voting booth, I put the paper in, 2 seconds later, I'm like, wait, I didn't know he was a rapist, and then I want to undo that.
That's all of them.
Okay, easy there.
Good. Tom, sit down. You're always too loud
Sit
to
down.
stand.
Sit down.
I have to pee.
That being said, I'll let it slide this time.
Alright, word.
But only
Everybody
this
gets
time, nobody gets a do-over. So, with
I
that
think
being
the lesson
said,
we've learned here is if you haven't seen the movie, abstain from voting until the cases have been made.
No, shut the fuck up.
All right.
Big facts. Nah, that's a good point.
I'm actually very happy Clerks gets to go forward. That being said, we're going to take a little pee break. We'll take a little ad break, too. And everyone tinkle and moisten your reservoirs. Alright.
Hey everybody, Nicholas Nubz here. Do you or anyone you know make music or want to? That banger single need a quality video to get your asshole puckered? Do you paint, draw, write, or sculpt with materials that are not human skull? Nub Life Entertainment might be your wave. Music, film, graphic design, and more. At your fingertips, if you so choose. For more, visit nleofficial.com. Thanks for listening and enjoy the show.
Relax yourself. Contain yourself. Ladies, gentlemen. Wayne's World versus Superbad.
Ooh.
Oh no!
Oh no, indeed.
In a raunch comedy, Superbad would win, but as far as a better movie, I'm gonna go Wayne's World,
I'm ripping my Band-Aid too. I'm fucking Wayne's World all day.
Because also Superbad's just okay, whereas Wayne's World is just, to me, I really fuck with Wayne's World.
I really don't like Superbad.
I really like Superbad. I like Superbad a lot. Superbad is everything American Pie wanted to be.
You're not wrong with that statement. I just don't like it.
It made the careers of some of the most popular actors and writers, and it is as certified of a classic as anything else on this film, and it did it in such a short amount of time. The movie only came out in 2008.
I mean, but
Fuck 'em.
And so how quickly it was able to solidify its legacy is pretty impressive.
oh yeah, no, that's a definite like good feat for any movie to do. But
And this is tough because Wayne's World is great.
Yeah,
I
Wayne's
love
World is
Wayne's World.
literally excellent.
if we were going by just what's raunchier or what's more like of a stoner movie, but nah, man, if you're making me pick between the two, Wayne's World, Party Time.
Excellent.
Party Time, Wayne's World versus classic movie Superbad.
Classic movie Wayne's World.
Classic. Even more classic by definition.
Yeah, true. I mean,
The thing that I can say about Superbad, at least why that movie would get my vote, is I think they both work as comedies, but I think Superbad takes it a step further and is able to pull off some genuinely dramatic moments. And there are very few films on this list that manage to pull that off at all.
it's a very good argument. Do you guys agree with that?
I stand by my
Same.
flag. Thank you, filler noise.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna isolate that.
It's not necessarily a drum roll.
That's a good beat you just made.
Yeah. La 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 blah, 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 blah,
Nick
blah,
Nubz
blah,
mouth
blah.
type beat.
Licking bars.
Oh. Stop it.
This is a tough one. This is a really tough one because in one hand you got good old fucking Mike Myers,
The other.
and in the other hand you got Jonah Hill and who else was in
Seth
that fucking
Rogen, right?
Superbad?
Yeah.
Michael Cera.
So there's like a specific type
Maybe
of
it's
movie.
because I don't like Michael Cera's face.
I mean,
Should play a
sure.
part in the movie. Judgment, I would say. He had crooked teeth. I hate that film.
I mean, just the way he looks, the way he dresses, I don't trust him, but I like his performance.
Wouldn't let him around my daughter. That's for sure. Blah, blah, blah. See, the thing is, like, I feel like Mike Myers has always had, like, comedy to me that sort of misses at times. And that was, like, old Mike Myers.
A happier time. An excellent time.
It's not a bad movie. Superbad's a good movie, too. They're both good movies. Kind of
I'd
tough.
say it's super.
I think they're both great movies, and that's what makes it so tough.
If-
This is easily the toughest one we've had.
Yes.
But that being said, there is one movie that is near and dear to my heart
You shut
more
up.
than the other, and that's going to be Superbad.
So Superbad for sure, Anthony.
Superbad for sure. It
Would
was a
you-
very formative movie for me.
Yes, Tom?
I didn't realize we were retaking right then.
That's okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Wayne's World.
Why?
Because it's more of a classic than Superbad is, in my opinion. So that, you know, that's the best I got.
But why?
Superbad has that certain kind of comedy that is like, it's fun, but it's like kind of, it's like very similar to other movies, whereas maybe Wayne's World kind of stands out as more of like an independent versus kind of just like in the same general predictable comedic style. There's just certain movies that turn me off because they're just exactly like other movies almost. And Superbad has these emotional arcs, but they're, again, sort of duplicated film to film.
It plays off its genre, but it doesn't repeat its genre. It expands on its genre.
Nerdy guy wants a girl out of his league, by the end gets her, but it's like a whole fucking arc.
How about you're forgetting that part where fucking what's his name? McLovin goes on a joyride with the cops. Like that is an entire part of that movie.
That is a great part too. It's not a lie.
You know what's crazy?
What other high school movie, raunchy high school movie have you seen that goes to like that length of absurdity?
Mm,
And
another
doesn't
high
just
school movie that goes to a length of absurdity? Project X.
Well, that did not make the list at all.
yeah, because
No.
that movie's
Fuck
Project
Project
X.
That being
I'd
said-
watch that movie.
Oh my god, Project Ass. Guys, coming in the future, directed by Tom Milan.
Don't dox me.
Oh, I am.
Alright, what's your social?
Here's the back of Tom's credit card.
You said it.
Yes, I'm already. I have to
Therefore,
stick with
B.
it. Yeah, Wayne's World. Sorry.
Alright,
Being, I do enjoy Superbad. So.
How disappointing.
Sorry, sucks, bro.
Super gone.
Super sad.
That must feel super bad, man.
Alright, so next up we got Knocked Up versus Zach and Miri Make a Porno.
That's interesting because I feel like those are similar
I was
movies.
about to say, they're like the same movie.
Yeah, Knocked Up.
Knocked
That
Up
was-
from Anthony.
Sorry, that was not really that hard for me. Knocked Up came first. Zack and Miri. Wait, hold on. Knocked Up came first, and Zack and Miri didn't do anything that Knocked Up hadn't already done very well.
I absolutely agree. Knocked Up had more of an emotional depth because of the literal giving birth to a child, the arc of having a baby, whereas Zack and Miri Make a Porno is more like, hey, we need money. I'm pretty sure that was like the whole reason they even did it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yes.
I'm definitely going Knocked Up.
I'm gonna also go Knocked Up. You know, Zack and Miri's a funny movie, but it's kind of mid-tier Kevin Smith, and I agree with like the heart aspect of Knocked Up. Kind of gives it that edge as far as being the better movie.
Mm.
I also vote for Knocked Up.
You got knocked up in a landslide, baby.
Oh my god.
Ran a train on.
I mean,
Oh, jeez.
Knocked Up gets to go forward, and so that makes the pain of what happened to poor Superbad hurt a little bit less.
I'm glad.
But that one's still gonna make me drive my car into the river on the way home, so...
Down by the river.
But I can't like argue for super. Like I can't do it. I don't.
We're past this.
I know. I'm just saying.
It's
like,
gone. He's dead. He's dead.
People die, Nick.
So we have the last two on our half of the bracket over here. And we are going to finish that out with Step Brothers. Alright, Step Brothers.
Classic.
Sure. And Pineapple Express.
Ooh.
This is another easy one for me, Pineapple Express.
Ooh.
I'm right there with Anthony. Pineapple Express all day.
I have so many thoughts on Step Brothers, and most of them are not positive.
I agree.
Yeah, 100%. But you're telling me if you're fucking high or looking for a raunchy laugh and you don't like boats and hoes, which comes
I'm telling you
from-
that if that's in the vicinity of me and I'm stoned, I'm turning it off.
I'm
If
getting
it's in
sober.
another room, I'm turning it off.
Is it just because of the replay factor? Because you've seen the movie so many times, every
No.
joke becomes
No.
old?
No,
The
I
first
watched it
time
twice.
You saw it. First
I
time
watched
you
it
saw
twice and hated it.
The first time I saw it, I thought it was annoying, and by the third time I've seen it, I still think it's annoying. So
I didn't get that far.
Me and Jordan have very similar opinions on this film. It is the antithesis of if you scream, it's funny.
Yes.
It's if you scream, it's funny. The movie.
Pineapple Express also is very funny. And the plot's deeper.
And it's a better made film.
Pineapple Express.
Pineapple.
I'm stuck because I love Step Brothers, but I think that Pineapple Express is a better made film. Like Like I'd rather watch Step Brothers, but I liked Pineapple Express more as a movie.
I could throw another point out there. That Step Brothers is the whole, like, the dynamic of the two brothers. But in Pineapple Express, the dealer and Seth Rogen's character kind of create almost like a brother-like
And
relationship.
then they get a triple brotherhood.
and
with
have
me
their
at the
same
end.
kind of arc. You know, so it's
Was
like...
it?
Their relationship was better than him when he was getting married.
It's 3 for Pineapple Express.
It is.
Can I abstain since I'll lose if I vote opposite? Fuck.
You take your L like a grown man.
I already took my L, so
I'm gonna go.
Anthony took it on the
Yep.
chin.
I'm gonna go with Step Brothers, though I do agree that Pineapple Express is a better film.
And now I can cross that shit off.
Step Brothers is starring two immensely talented actors and is such a perfect showcase for their worst tendencies as performers.
I 100% agree because I love Will Ferrell And John C. Reilly is a great dramatic actor, and I mean that only that.
Talladega Nights is a better film than fucking.
I disagree with that too.
You
So,
think Step Brothers
hold on,
is better
that's
than-
going to be it, I guess, from me, dog.
You think Talladega's worse than Step Brothers?
No, I said I guess, like, sure. Like,
Like the same movie, kind of. And
I'm not gonna put up a fight. It's like, sure.
Yeah, I got you.
That's fairly
Alright,
agreeable.
let's move it on.
We're on to the other half.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yay, have to. Why?
That's your intermission sound.
Yeah, just bring him in. He's got to do an ad. Just bring him in. Grab him and bring. All right, hold him up to the thing. Say the ad. Plug. You gotta plug the website. Just hold his face up to the thing. Skateboard. Fucking skate.
Scrimshaw.
Put him in the van. Put him in the fucking van. I'll plug the website.
Young lady.
I'll plug the website. Please visit anthonycapala.com for all of your poetry, film, and review needs. That is anthonycapala.com, ANthonyCapala. Thank you.
That works. Alright, guys. We are going here with a fun heavy hitter. And I mean that by the rips and the tokes. We have Cheech and Chong's Up in Smoke, the classic, versus Hot Tub Time Machine.
That's also not a hard one for me.
I mean, yeah, I mean, fuck, man. It's Cheech and Chong, like, beats the shit out of Hot Tub Time Machine. I don't know. Cheech and Chong.
1 for Cheech.
2 for Cheech.
3 for Cheech. Hot Tub Machine's fun, but whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Hot Tub Time Machine is like fine, and then the other movie we're talking about is the basis of the entire subgenre.
Yeah, like I haven't
Yeah.
seen Hot Tub Time Machine since I was 15, and maybe I should just leave it like that.
That's where I'm pretty much at. Also, I was talking to you, Tom, about this prior to this, that I've watched both, but in the shorter movies, right? I'm sorry, that was in comparison to another film. Beer Fest, yes. In shorter movies, I felt like in the 1.5 hours that Up in Smoke is, I got 3 hours worth of content, and I'm not even mad because all the sketches were amazing. All of their interludes were all amazing. Just all fucking stoner fun. Unanimous vote.
Yes.
Boof.
Is that the first unanimous?
No.
Knocked Up, I think, was unanimous.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But this one felt better.
Yeah, this one did go better.
Okay, so next up we have The 40-Year-Old Virgin and Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Ooh.
Oh, those are. Oh, that's hard.
I have a soft spot for Russell Brand. So
I have a soft spot for both of those
Yeah,
movies.
same.
they're both pretty dang good.
Yeah, they're both. I would say they're both really good.
I'm gonna wait till the end because I want to hear your thoughts because I somehow have avoided Sarah Marshall, and I not on purpose. I just haven't seen it, so
Okay,
I want to.
well, right
sell
off the
me.
jump, Forgetting Sarah Marshall has, I think, more of an emotional depth. There's a lot more meat to
It's
that movie.
borderline rom-com with a
Yeah.
lot of raunch.
Exactly, it's like borderline rom-com and a lot of raunch. But on the flip side,
I also vote for Forgetting Sarah Marshall. That's what I'm saying here. That's all I want. I've ripped my Band-Aid.
what about you, Ant?
I really like both of these movies a lot, and so
Me
that
too.
is really. You know what? Again, I think I'm going to go back to to an earlier point I made, and I'm just going to give credit to the one who did it first. I'm going to go with the 4-Year-Old Virgin.
Fuck.
Alright, so we're 1-1
Did
here.
it first.
Because they're both great movies that set out to achieve a similar thing, and they achieve those things in similar ways, and so that's what makes this specifically so tough. But again, I'm just gonna go with the one who did it first.
Oddly enough, to kind of argue a side I did not pick, but 40-Year-Old Virgin, you gotta take it into effect when that came out and when we were watching that in our lives. Like, what were we going through around the time of that movie? Early puberty. That's right. And I feel like that was a lot of raunch to be getting at that time. That being said, I'm an adult. And I liked the rom-com. And Russell Brand.
And again, it's just with the 40-Year-Old Virgin, it almost made R-rated comedies financially successful. Like, it was really tough to sell an R-rated comedy before that movie, and that was sort of the, like, oh no, these movies can sell.
You're making some good points.
But again, these movies are both great, and I really could go either way on it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're sitting at a table and you're looking at both these DVD covers...
It's which one do you watch first?
Yeah, so my vote hasn't changed.
The one I would watch first would be 40-Year-Old Virgin, because I would want to end with Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
What does that say?
What does that say, you know? They both win kind of for the same reason at that point, but...
What does it mean?
Like, God, like...
The numbers, Nick.
I guess it comes down to which plot I like more. And... in a way...
They're both so tight for comedy plots.
Honestly, yeah, they are really tight for comedy plots, but I guess, like... rom-com films do kind of carry somewhat of a pattern, whereas 40-Year-Old Virgin was sort of very unique as a concept. And explored...
Also a rom-com.
Yeah, but more for, like...
Raunch-com.
Raunch-com, yeah. I'll go 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Okay.
Where are we at? We're at 2 for 40, 1 for Sarah Marshall.
Yes.
Well, I do really want to see Sarah Marshall. I think I'm going to go 40-Year-Old Virgin because I know I really... Like, once I got to the meat of, like, the story and I got to some more of the character development, I really enjoyed that. So I'm going to go with that. I may regret that when I finally see Sarah Marshall, but for the purposes of this...
Oh, man.
Stevie Corelli wins.
What now?
That one was just tough.
They're two very good movies.
I agree.
And honestly, if I would have voted 40-Year-Old Virgin, it only would have been because it had a wonderful music number.
It does have that music number, and it has very young Jonah Hill dancing.
Yeah! Right? He's so young. Anyways, alright. I have to pull up a fucking picture of what the fuck this entire movie's name is. So we have Soul Plane, right? Obviously we know the name of that one. And then we have the 14-letter Don't Be a Menace in South Central While Drinking Juice in the Hood, I believe, is the entire title.
I think that's the title. That's a mouthful.
That is 14 words.
I think you forgot a word.
Oh, Lord.
Wait,
Don't be a menace to South Central while drinking your juice. Juice and
Juice. Thank you for the correction.
Correction in quotes.
You're welcome.
A correction to the correction.
So, this is a very hard one for me because they both are very, very fun movies in a genre I really, really like, which is like the black comedy. And like, Soul Plane, like, that was like a really good jumpstart for like Kevin Smith. I don't think he's a funny comedian, but he's good at acting.
You mean Kevin Hart?
Yeah, that's the one. No, Kevin Smith.
We're talking about a lot of Kevins here.
A lot of Kevin Hart. He got his start there. You have Snoop Dogg coming in as a hard-ass role as the pilot.
That fucking title, yeah.
And he kills it, damn near kills himself with some African mushrooms. You have a super young Sofia Vergara going on in there. And just one hell of an actual plot and silly things. And like the good humor of John Witherspoon before he passed. Which is Granddad in the Boondocks, and that's also excellent. But then you have, like, Don't Be a Menace with the brilliant minds of the Wayans brothers. Like, it's a hard toss-up for me there.
I feel like I'm biased because of the rap thing in Soul Plane. There was a piece of that movie that I really did like. There was pieces of it that I didn't. Medicine Hood has the scene with the bazooka, though.
Dude,
that's really fucking funny, too. I don't know. I mean, what are you guys thinking?
I saw Don't Be a Menace years ago. Never saw Soul Plane. You sold me on it. I'm picking Soul Plane.
Yeah! I have also picked Soul Plane if it wasn't apparent now.
I've seen neither of those movies, so Soul Plane can have my vote.
I'm going Soul Plane.
Fly on.
Majority wins.
Yay! Soul Plane gets to keep going. Alright, goodbye. Alright, so we have Euro Trip. And Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny.
Ooh, Euro Trip was funny, but Tenacious D wins.
Tenacious D, Pick of Destiny all day.
What are you a fucking dumbass? Tenacious D?
Oh man. So without even fucking guessing, guys,
Yeah.
let's
Pick of
be
Destiny
real.
We
here.
don't even have to discuss this one. Just move
We can
on to the
argue
next
later
pairing.
about that when it needs to happen, but
We're
bye.
like Euro skipped.
Bye, bitch. All right, so we have a lovely pairing. Two boys, two lads. They're great pals.
Left and right testicles.
That's right. We have Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
All right.
Lots of Kevin Smith here, guys. And Beavis and Butthead.
Ooh.
When they do America.
I love both of these movies. Jay and Silent Bob.
Agreed.
That's tough. I also like both of them. Sure, Jay and Silent Bob. Both directors have made movies I love. They're both movies I love. Sure, Jay and Silent Bob. That's a tough one.
Beavis and Butthead comedy, while very funny, hit or miss. I also go with Jay and Silent Bob. That plot was great.
The best thing you could do in defense of Beavis and Butthead, though, is that song that White Zombie did for the soundtrack.
Yes. I'll remember the song.
I don't remember the name, but I remember it's a banger.
It's a heavy hitter, but Jay and Silent Bob hit harder. Hell yeah.
I can also. I think you can make the argument that it's debatable how well Beavis and Butthead's comedy is aged.
Not
Decently.
great. Not
Very,
great.
very...
It's debatable. I think I could very easily see somebody falling onto either side of the coin. Well,
One of the characters'
them
names
just
is Butthead.
yeah.
It hasn't aged very well.
He makes a very good argument. That being said, something that definitely won't age well. We have Ted and Sausage Party.
Ooh.
Fuck Ted, Sausage Party.
Ooh, that's your move? Quick chess move.
We're like comparing. You can't even say we're comparing apples and oranges. We're comparing a $90 filet mignon steak to there's gum on the carpet.
Oh, shit.
That's the level of quality gap we're talking here.
And which one's the gum, Ted?
Yes, Ted's the fucking gum.
Both of them are absolutely stupid movies. Sausage Party was okay, but I would rather...
Hold on.
Whoa.
Sausage Party is not a stupid... Sausage Party is a fucking religious allegory framed in a grocery store. Do you know
point,
that movie gets so smart as it
talk-
progresses with how it frames its story and how the layers are slowly peeled back as you're slowly figuring out what the hell this movie's about. And then it ends with an orgy.
That's the part that lost points for me, is that it ended with an orgy. I was like,
The
oh,
orgy's
that's great.
hilarious.
I guess. I guess because all they wanted to do
That
was
was just
fuck.
the icing on the cake.
Yeah.
Literally.
Of the very fucked up
literally.
cake.
I might flip a coin on this one.
Alright, so wait, hold on. Sausage Party and Ted. Ted is... It was wasn't it a pretty unique film though, Ted?
No.
Yeah, Lois.
So Family Guy came into real life,
And it was a bear.
and he was a bear, and he had bear dick.
Versus... fucking A, man. I feel like just because of what Anthony said about the religious allegory and how the entire film really does showcase all these different things in a very unforgiving, not pulling punches way, and they had the balls to literally end it with an orgy.
And then they did time travel, or space-time continuum travel.
Fuck it, Sausage Party. Yeah.
I
didn't think I'd ever vote for. When I saw this on the list, I was like,
with no loyalty to either Sausage Party. I guess by a sausage hair.
What was that wordplay?
What the fuck?
Sausage hair?
Sausage hair.
Oh, by a sausage hair? You
The
eat
pube. It's inferred.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's a
Oh my god, Tom, I'm gonna have to put censorship on you.
If you're watching this and you haven't skipped off yet, you know what you're in at this point.
So
Come
then,
on.
without further ado, to quote one of my favorite YouTubers, let's sausage. Moving forward.
Yikes.
You shout out ordinary sausage. You're keeping me alive.
I live for these weekly videos.
Getting 10 pounds a week because of you, boy. Thank you.
Yo, I could do some sausage, like a sausage sandwich right now.
Okay, sir, shut up. Because we have The Hangover. Okay, Hangover. And Beer Fest.
Two heavy hitters.
Beer Fest has some hilarious jokes, so does Hangover. I really like the joke in Beer Fest where the guy dies and then they immediately bring him back and say it's his twin brother. I thought that shit was so fucking funny.
I'm his twin brother.
But Hangover really
I'm
did
from Texas.
kind of... It was such an iconic film, they had to make two more because it had the same impact.
Two more of the same exact movie.
Because it was such a
Yes,
success.
but we're judging the
Different
quality of the
spot.
first one.
No, I know, but I'm just
Which
saying
is also
that is a testament to the
giga
quality of the
trash.
first, is that it spawned two sequels. Not many movies are so good they spawn sequels.
Giga trash.
I'm just gonna I'm gonna go for Beer Fest, partially to give Broken Lizard some redemption for losing Super Troopers, but also, I liked Hangover when I was in high school. I'm sure I would still enjoy it now. However, Beer Fest for me, because I recently watched it for the first time, and beginning I was iffy on it, and then I was into it. And I also kind of think inside that movie, if you recut it, you can make a really avant-garde absurdist film, and I kind of want to do that. So, Beer Fest has my money.
I also vote for Beer Fest.
Baby!
It does lose a point for me because it promised, what was it, Weed Fest at the end?
Yeah.
With Willie Nelson,
Eh,
and they never delivered.
no, they never did.
That would have made the list.
Just like the drug dealers.
Never delivered.
Falling asleep. So, Ant, where are you sitting here?
I'm gonna go with Hangover. I think it's a movie. I think it hits more consistently than Beer Fest does.
That's fair.
Beer Fest is
Valid point.
unpredictable, and they have some really good moments, like when when he gets really fucked up, he's really good at the games, and they got the boot, and they build the tension really well in the movie.
How
The
popular
competition.
has Das Boot been since that
Yeah.
movie had come out? Everybody knows that you got to turn the boot now because of that. That's wild.
But now, forever and always, every time you get too fucked up with your friends and you wake up the next day and you can't remember and some shit goes wrong, you're gonna be thinking, oh, this is like the movie The Hangover. Like, you're gonna get that shit a million times in your life. So, I mean, shit, man. I like both these movies a lot, obviously. I mean, Beer Fest had some really, really fun moments. They didn't give me Weed Fest, which is upsetting. But
They still have
Hangover... So the real question is, which was the more impactful film? Hangover, Beer Fest, and I would have to say Hangover.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hangover, yeah.
So, we are at the fun stalemate here.
Oh, yeah?
This is the first one.
This is it.
It's funny because I thought we would hit our first stalemate on two movies that we were like really passionate about. Well, I think we're hitting a stalemate on two movies that were like, oh, they're both fine, but I like this one a little more.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Very much so.
We're going to holy war over
Just
who
kidding. I fucking
ordered a
hate
cheeseburger.
Hangover.
So now you're explaining to...
So,
yeah.
It's
here's what's
such-
going on. You shut the fuck
It's
up
such
for
a
5 minutes.
It's such a forgivable movie to hate. So like,
It's so awful.
it's fine.
It's awful.
I think it's funny.
So, we have a stalemate, and that is when we have a tie, and here's how we break the tiebreakers. Whoever believes hard enough for their point on whatever side is willing to take a seat in the hot seat. We have a hat full of different hot sauces, varying from not so hot to fuck. two ew. Just ew.
I brought the ew one.
And I brought the fuck! That being said, everybody gets 2. You get 2 guys, alright? 2.
Easy. I'm gonna have trouble with this if A1 steak sauce is a little too spicy for me.
Oh, you're fucked.
I almost threw one in that said A1. But no.
I'm concerned if that wasn't a joke.
That was not a joke.
Never.
So, here's where it stands. Who stands so firmly about their thought that they're willing to take the L?
Ugh.
Hangover versus fucking Beer Fest.
Fuck you all. I will,
Alright.
because fuck the Hangover. I hate it. Alright, so somebody flip this shit around. Toss my salad.
The bottles aren't in the hat. We should clarify that they're pieces of paper. We're not just
my
shaking
God,
around
he's
a
just
hat full of
throwing them
bottles.
now.
They're just like smashing
All right.
and combining.
Who wants
Let
to
me-
drink hot sauce out of a hat with shards of
Alright,
glass
please
in
don't be
it?
Blair's. Please don't be Blair's.
Uh-oh. That's an
Bum,
If you
option.
guys aren't familiar with Blair's
Bum,
is, it's
bum, bum.
Satan's cum in a bottle. And it's really spicy.
Alright. Hot seat for me today is Frank's Red Hot.
Ah, you got off
Oh
Got
my
off
God.
easy.
It is
Tom's
too
gonna
easy.
grab the hot sauce and a spoon. A spoon.
Can I
Gracias.
just do it with you to celebrate the fact that it's an easy one? Or
Yeah,
that waste
That
my...
that would waste your time.
Oh, I, was
easy.
It would waste my time too, Tom.
I just want to drink some hot sauce.
What? A
Tom's
challenge
like,
to
gee,
solve.
I haven't wasted anyone's time in a
Alright,
while.
so this is gonna
Kinda
be our
miss that
universal
feeling.
size. Boom, boom,
Just
boom.
drink the bottle.
3 drops.
3 drops of the hot sauce.
Not much for when it's Frank's, but by God, when it's Blair's, this is gonna kill us.
Big facts.
Hot sauce, bitches. Fuck the Hangover.
Alright.
Okay. Yeah.
All of it. Anyway, so for the last one on the end brackets, we have Harold and Kumar go to White Castle,
Mm-hmm.
and we have Dodgeball.
Harold and Kumar.
That was a
Dodgeball.
quick vote. And that was also a quick vote. Jeez, okay.
I am also going for Harold and Kumar. Pick your poison.
It's a road movie, which is already usually just
So-
fun.
This one for me, it goes back to that early argument we had where one movie makes me laugh more consistently than the other, and one of these movies got a sequel that was better.
One
and
of
that
these
movie is
movies-
Harold and Kumar.
Oh, you're saying because the sequel's better than the original, then we're... Okay,
While I agree with you that Guantanamo Bay is better than White Castle, I still think White Castle is better than Dodgeball. And Neil Patrick Harris.
It's so it's so difficult. It's my thinking sound. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. It's very difficult to draw this line because Dodgeball has always had a special place in my heart. But Harold and Kumar go to White Castle, also very funny. Not as good as Guantanamo Bay.
I liked White Castle
Ben Stiller was fucking hilarious in Dodgeball. Vince Vaughn, hilarious in Dodgeball. They have that big showdown at the end. There's all this different mind tricks. The guy jerks off with a slice of pizza. No one makes me bleed my own blood. Nobody. Oh my God, there is... You know what? I'm giving it to Dodgeball simply on one scene. One scene from Dodgeball made me laugh way harder than Harold and Kumar ever did, I believe. Which is when Ben Stiller he's like he's mean mugging somebody and he bumps into some dude and the guy has a hot dog and a drink and he fucking nails the drink out of his hand, like skyrockets that shit to the ceiling and he's just like, what the hell? Like the other guy is just in the wrong somehow. So yeah, Dodgeball wins it. Killed me every fucking time.
What happened here?
I think we have another stalemate.
Do we now?
Are you kidding?
You said Harold and Kumar quickly. You said Dodgeball quickly. I said Dodgeball. You said Harold. Yeah, it's stalemate.
Damn. Back to back.
Back to back to back to back to back.
Who won't if I will?
Well, you're very
If somehow
excited
we
to do
quickly
hot sauce.
run out of this shit, I'll just start throwing them back in there. We'll have to do it.
Well, here's the thing. If they're not willing to, and I am, do I just win because I'm willing? I'll still do it.
Well, that's the thing.
No,
Like,
you gotta do it.
Dodgeball
if you're
versus
willing.
Harold and Kumar. You know what? I will take the L for Dodgeball.
Will you really?
I'll take the L.
What if I
Let's go.
want to one
Okay.
up his L?
Shake me up.
If you want
If you want to one up my L, you're allowed to do that.
Okay, so if you want, and if you are you saying you want to, this will use one of yours.
I have horrible luck.
Harold and Kumar versus.
If you get blurs, I'll grab the defibrillator.
I'm
have my
right
hand
there with
just
you.
in
I
case.
understand what you're feeling.
I don't know if I want to waste one of my two.
I mean, at the end of the day, we're coming to the head of the episode, right?
Yeah, we're coming to the end of this part.
So at this point, you know, why not just go hard or go home? I'm saying fuck it, because I know a lot about Dodgeball. I love the movie. I can fight for it later. Remember, we're doing brackets. You got to argue this movie multiple times.
Fuck it.
Tom, you're gonna double down?
Yeah.
Okay, so in the event of two people wanting to go head to head on this shit, we shake it on up, the non-positioning people, as in myself and Anthony across from me. I'm going to shake this up. Anthony's going to pick out the sauce. Whoever can stand it longer wins.
Shit fuck.
Wait, is it too late to do?
Okay.
Nope. Shut
I
up.
hope I don't regret using this later on.
All right.
Oh, no, we're both going to regret this, bro. We're going in this together.
I'm shaking it.
I regret it, and I'm not even doing it.
Yeah,
I don't
good
care
thing you're
about the hot
driving,
sauce. I
pal.
care about using my chances.
Okay, so if you're keeping track, I have one left. Tom has one left. Anthony has two. Nick now has one left. Let's see what these boys have to have up in their guts.
Can't wait.
Queen.
Oh my goodness.
This
Queen?
one's gross.
So this is the one that is ugh.
Oh, no. All right, let's go, man.
Okay. Should I explain the sauce?
Explain the sauce when you get back.
Yeah, hit it to this shit.
This sauce sounded interesting. It is red habanero and black coffee hot sauce. That could go well. However,
Habanero.
the way habanero is great. Fresh habanero in your scrambled eggs in the morning. Delish. Someone do the pouring for me.
Yeah,
And,
Jordan, you got
me
the.
and
This
Nick.
is a whole
I
different
got
pour
this 'cause I'm right
situation.
So 3 drops.
So what do you
is
mean
we're
stand
doing.
it longer? How
I'll
does
just
that
take
work?
a full spoon of it, man. Like I at least know what I'm hanging with. Give me one more.
3 drops.
You gotta equal me. Well, he's doubling up
That's
on
about
me.
3 drops.
So
Okay,
wait.
you're right.
How do we? Wait, hold on. Before we actually take this shit, so how do we determine out of us two which movie's gonna go through? If we both are doing the challenge exactly.
Whoever can keep that shit up in there. No
Yeah, I
swallow.
guess you
Keep
did
that on your
touch
tongue.
more.
All right.
Keep it on your tongue. No
Keep it on your
swallow.
tongue.
Oh no.
Keep it on your tongue.
Okay.
Oh, I'm fucked, bro.
I think it looks even.
Oh,
Yeah,
dodgeball.
probably.
It's been good.
Do those look even, Jordan? Do those look even?
I'm gonna give you a rule and say, wow, that's a lot.
I'm not even gonna smell it
Yeah.
first because I know it's a nightmare.
It's not bad.
It actually smells like good
All right,
salsa.
so we have who's going? What's this thing right now? Queen who? By the way, the boys have taken their shot. We have Queen Majesty Red Habanero Black Coffee Hot Sauce resting on a very red already Nick Nubz, and a waggling Tom.
Where are my taste buds, baby?
Oh my lord, how's that taste?
Hot.
Tom, what do you think?
Yeah.
You know, this is cute. You know, you guys are just sitting here with your tongues out. It's already been quite a few seconds.
Give me more.
You want more?
Give me more.
You want more? Okay, Tom.
I want to swallow it.
Oh shit! I have the bottle. Oh.
Can we swallow?
Yeah.
Yes. Round
Okay.
2. Round 2. Let's go. Bigger dabs.
No water. Fuck that shit.
Big dabs.
It's actually better the more it's in your mouth. It actually gets better.
It's big.
Anthony with a mega mountain.
You better be recording, motherfucker.
Oh my god.
My shit's on fire, baby. Cheers, motherfucker.
I can't wait to finish. Oh, Tom's in. Nick's in. Let's see. Honest to God, I am so surprised that Nick is making it this long. Man does not live with this hot sauce. Wow, it's already been 6 seconds. Wow, look at you guys go. You know, I'm just gonna up the amount after this.
Mm-hmm.
I could put weird stuff on their tongue, and it would be too late for them to stop me.
Ah. Yes? Did you swallow?
Mm-hmm.
Did you swallow? You did.
Can I just take more in compensation?
Mm-mm.
Oh, really? You just... Fuck, you win.
Ah.
I swallow. It's too much saliva in my mouth.
You see, I had that problem too, but until Jordan says we can swallow like he did before.
Good point.
Wow. Holy shit. Now that was a way to end...
Honestly, this sauce is
part
better
one.
if it sits. This would be good for ribs. I think my friend Haley was right.
Critical failure.
Anyways, guys, with that double fucking hot potato magic school bus seating of
Taking a piss.
hot seat, yep, we finish out the first bracket and part 1 of tournament time. We will catch you in the next episode. Thank you for listening if you have, and you know, if you haven't listened, then you're not hearing this, but please do eventually. Yeah, goodbye, dodgeball.